And before we get into that, I'd love for you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can get more reviews from me. And also check out that join button for the new channel memberships that I have that will give you exclusive content, including stickers, memes, behind the scenes, and everything in between. I did not mean to rhyme all that, but you came to my channel. You came to hear me rap. No, you didn't. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Wednesday night hangout. It's me. It's Have You Seen That with T? We're here to spill the tea. No, we're not. We're here to talk about movies and television news. We got all kinds of topics to go through, mostly X-related topics, as in X-Men and Marvel, as well as some big Avengers news to talk about. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to have you here, T. And we're just going to hang out tonight. This is also an ask us anything kind of situation. So any topic, whether it's a topic that we're talking about or a topic that you just randomly think about, let us know. But T, how are you doing tonight, man? How are you feeling?
Man, I'm doing great, and I really appreciate you reaching out to have me on the channel. And yeah, like the topics was a
Mm-hmm.
surprise,
Yep,
and
yep.
I'm really excited to talk about this because I have some strong feelings about the
Yeah.
Russo brothers.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, one of the things I'm going to be doing, just as a regular for my live streams on Wednesdays, is I'm going to be having somebody else on. I did it by myself, and I did enjoy that for the most part. But I really feel like it's always more fun when I'm doing it with someone else. You know what I mean? So this is going to be a situation where every week I might have somebody different on, might have similar people on. I know you'll be on next week as well as TJ Billups will be on next week. I've invited, Zach can be on at whatever times that he has available, as well as Cece. She's another person who I just saw in our comments, and I'm going to be having her on whenever she's available. So it's going to be more like a rotating cast kind of thing, where I always have somebody on with me. If I don't have somebody, if I can't get anybody that night, I'll still go live. But I'm gonna try my hardest to get somebody else to come on with me. So yeah, so that'll be the format of the show. It'll be more like a hangout, a Q&A, talk about, and then I'll have some topics to throw in there as well. So yeah, first things first, I want to shout out, go to the comments and shout out some of our people who showed up. Yo, what's up, Laser? Welcome. I know it's your boy. It's your boy. I'm your boy. We boys together. What's up, man? How you feeling? I love your new your new profile picture situation. That thing is dope. I like it.
Very unique.
Yeah. Oh, we also have our guy who's always in the streams, Collective Movie Man. So happy to have you here, man. He said, "Hey, Kenny Sparks. Hey, have you seen that with T? What's up, dude? Thanks for joining the stream. You the
For
man, dude."
sure.
We also got a guy, the Ace Avenue, who we're going to be doing. I don't. I know I'm going to be on there. I'm not sure if you're going to be on there as well, but we're going to be doing some Deadpool related stuff when the movie comes out, and I'm super
Yes.
excited about that. I cannot wait. I am going to be so excited to talk about it, but I'm like, I think it's going to be good, but I really hope that it is good, because I would hate for all this hullabaloo. I know, like, there's so many YouTube channels out there, like, yeah, we're going to get all of our friends. We're going to talk about Deadpool after it comes out. What if it's bad? And we were all like, yeah, I can't wait. And then it's going to be like, hey guys, this was not it. I hope
I'm
that's
not
not the case though.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of me hope it is the case. I
Really?
I am
Why?
I am I thrive on negativity, man. Like, but
What?
I'm gonna get, but
What?
I'm for Ace's sake. I hope it's really good because we're gonna have a great stream no matter what. But yes,
Yo, you caught me off guard with that one.
I
I'm
know
out
that
here.
I meant to do that.
I'm out
What
here.
did he
Hey,
say?
oh my god, yo. So that'll be interesting, because you'll be you'll be leading the charge in that point, man.
I'm telling you,
Um,
just pure negativity.
yo, all right. So and we have we have at least two Deadpool related topics coming up in the stream. One T doesn't even know about. So is it two? No, it's actually just one. I'm sorry. It's one Deadpool related topic. So he said, hey, oh, 80s kid from the 90s, our guy. He says, hey, what a wonderful kind of evening. How's it going, Kenny and T? How was work? Work for me was a little bit on the lax side, only because I had to get my car fixed. My car decided to betray me yesterday, so I ended up having to like get a new battery for it. Apparently, if you have your car for like 4 years, 4 or more years, you're supposed to replace the battery. And I did not know that, which is why my car just up and died yesterday. So, hey, it is what it is. How was your
It
day at work?
happens. I started a new job last year, and we just started this week, like doing our
Hmm.
training. And today was my day to do some outside demos, and it was 105 degrees outside, so a
Oh,
little warm.
absolutely not.
So I'm
What?
drinking. So I'm drinking water. So
Man,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
so all this week, I said this on Zach Attack stream last night, but when I woke up, I got to notify, or like when I wake up, my alarm goes off. I tell my alarm to shut up, and then it immediately tells me the weather. That thing said sunny with thunderstorms, 101 degrees. I'm like, that doesn't go together. So that was crazy. Uh, we have CC Clemens, the homie CC Clemens. She's in the chat. What's up, CC? CC just started a new YouTube channel for all her foodie reviews. Like she has her first video up. It's CC 2.0 is the name of her channel. And yeah, just go check it out. She does some crumble cookie reviews. She's awesome. So yeah, check those out.
For sure.
Hey, what's up, Mama Bear? How you doing? What's up? Mama Bear is always here, always supporting. Really appreciate having you here, Mama Bear. What's up? Happy Canada Day. I think that was last week. My bad.
Yeah.
And we got Chopstick. Kenny Sparks, Hurley Shoot. I saw your notification. I had to see if it's true, and it is. Thanks for announcing this to me. Hey, welcome, Chopstick. And so
For
happy to
sure.
have you
Welcome,
here.
Chopstick.
Yeah. Question for you, T. Can
Yes.
you use chopsticks?
Yes.
Okay.
I've tried to teach my kids how to use chopsticks, but
Yeah.
the work in progress.
Hey man, it's difficult. If like for me, like every time I do it, like I had to relearn it. It's almost like every time I go bowling, I have to relearn how to bowl.
For
But
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I saw CC say this. He said T stands for toxic.
So I too have a surprise
Okay.
topic that I want to talk about a little bit later, and it deals
Yeah.
with toxicity. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. We have TJ. What's up? TJ will be on the program next week. TJ says, "What's up? What's good, y'all? I was supposed to see Twisters tonight, but something came up and I can't make it. Seeing it tomorrow. Well, man, I'm seeing it tomorrow as well. I'm actually
Yes,
watching
me too.
Twister tonight with our guy Zach Attacks, and I'm looking forward to seeing it because I haven't seen it in quite some time, probably since '97 when it came out. So yeah, I need a refresh.
For sure.
Yeah, but yeah, TJ Billups, he'll be on the stream next week along with T.
Yes.
I didn't see Acolyte. Or he says I don't see Acolyte getting a season 2. Maybe a comic or Tales of animated show. I think that there's a good possibility that it is going to get another season. The way it ended, how much they invested into it, which could be the reason why they don't do a season 2. It had very mixed reviews. There are some people who are super negative on it. There are some people who are super positive on it, and there are some people who are like me, who are like,
Yeah.
if you say so. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Or I'm sorry, I'm not looking. That's like my default thing to say is I'm looking forward to something. I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think?
I don't appreciate how they don't give shows chances to grow. Like the
Yeah,
Office first season, nobody really enjoyed the first season of The Office, and it kind of grew into what it became. Like it
yeah,
shows that they just don't give. Now, not saying this because I think I watched maybe 3 episodes and I just stopped because I'm just
hmm
not interested in. I just wasn't interested in what they were doing.
yeah,
But like a lot of these shows, they're giving it one season, And if it's not a limited series, like Baby Reindeer is a limited series, right? It's a very concise, contained story. But if it's trying to continue, I
Hmm.
mean, unless you're spending hundreds of $1 million on these shows, like some of these shows are costing. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you should give it a chance to breathe. Give it at least 3 seasons to give people a chance to kind of find their footing and fall in love with the characters.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that idea at all. I think that part of the reason why it's even a discussion whether or not it's getting a season two is because the first season cost $180 million to
That's
produce.
crazy.
So that's a lot of damn money.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. So if it's $180 million and people are kind of like mixed on it, I think that's kind of the part of the reason. At the same time, though, in general, I agree with you. I know Halo was a show that came out. I think that's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
People
it's on Paramount.
hated the first season. People loved the second season. Like so that made it 180. So hopefully it does.
Yeah, I
Mom
hope
Bear
so.
says, "Hello, Canada was the first, but thank you, happy for." Happy.
Our
Sorry.
neighbors to the north. Mama,
Yeah, yep, yep.
I appreciate it.
Chopstick says, "Yeah, chopsticks can be difficult." Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever tried to eat rice with chopsticks? That's insane. Like
See,
I,
that's
I,
where I
I
draw the line. I can't. I can't do a grain with a chopstick. Can't do it at all.
gotta be
um,
sticky rice.
Ace Avenue, what's up, dude? He says, "I'll message you both soon. The plan is to still have you both on the channel and go live on the 27th." Hey, man, I'm open. Calendar's open. Looking forward to it.
Yes. Yes, I'll definitely
Yeah.
be there.
Yep. And we'll answer these last few, and then we'll go into our first topic. Mama Bear says Kenny and TJ seeing Twisters on the same night. Now that's a twist. All right. All
Even
right.
better plot twist. I'm going to see it tomorrow too. Like I already got my tickets.
Hey,
I'm ready,
we all
man. Exactly.
we all twisting in the
Exactly.
wall here. Let's go. Let's twist. So let's twist is crazy. I'm going to try to be quicker on.
What do you mean by
that? But yeah, so say hey, what's up? Hey TJ, people saying what's up to each other. We love that. Yeah, ain't no way I'm eating rice with chopsticks. I choose pig.
Hey man, you gotta stick to it. Like if you go to a Chinese restaurant and they serving rice, or a Korean restaurant, that's another place where I eat with chopsticks, man. You gotta get
I
it
have
in.
no shame in asking for a fork in that situation at all. So yeah, let's get to our first topic. The first topic, which you are not privy to, and I chose that because it's a pretty wild topic. So let's do this. I'm trying to like scroll through these things. All right. So let me take this comment down real quick. Do this the right way. So State of the Franchise. Okay, so as we know, Daredevil. Nope. As we know,
Take two.
why Daredevil? As we know, Deadpool's coming out next week. As we know, Deadpool's coming out next week, and Marvel has pulled no punches in pulling out all the stops in their marketing, and now the marketing has reached all the way to Xbox. I don't know if you've seen this, T, but today Xbox, or I think it might have been yesterday actually, Xbox has put out a new promotion, a new contest for Deadpool specific or Deadpool themed, I should say, controllers. This was tweeted out yesterday by Xbox. Make his finest asset yours. Follow and repost with Xbox cheeky controller sweepstakes for a chance to win a custom Xbox Series X console and 2 cheeky controllers designed by Deadpool. Ages 18 and up, ends August 11th, 2024. So this is a new contest for an Xbox themed, or a Deadpool themed Xbox and 2 cheeky controllers. And it's called cheeky controllers for a very specific reason. Let's take a look at these controllers. These controllers are what what Deadpool has designed for us to use. Now, as we look at these controllers, you'll notice that it's a little cheeky, as they said. See,
A little thick in the back, as they
a
say.
little thick in the back. A little thick in the
Jesus
back for
Christ.
sure. And I have a specific video for this occasion.
Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga.
So yeah, those are the cheeky ones. And yo, so what I like about it, pause. What I like about it is I feel like my thumbs, my fingers, it could like they look comfortable. The cheeks look comfortable on the fingers. You know what I'm saying? It look like there's something to rest on because usually the back of the controllers are hard, but them joints look kind of like a little firm. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about the Deadpool cheeked up Xbox controller?
So the console is dope, like with the swords on the back. Like I would love to have that on my my mantle, or I wouldn't even use it to play any video games. That would just be something that's sitting behind me. But the cheeky controllers, I would love to win this contest so I could sell them on eBay, because I know somebody is going to pay a lot of money to have those controllers. I don't want to use them because as I'm sitting here, like I'd much rather the real thing. The controllers, they don't look firm enough for me.
Wait, they're not firm? These cakes ain't firm enough? Them don't look a little cakey. But yeah, so
that's crazy. That's genius. Crazy. Yeah. Somebody's gonna pay a lot of money for that on eBay.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I'm like,
what do you mean by that?
You know what I'm saying? Cakey all the way. And just to end this topic, I'm gonna let y'all
double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga.
Yeah, so the Xbox is running the contest right now. Is running to August 11th. We are not sponsored by Xbox at all, but I saw this early and I was like, this is absolutely genius. The marketing for Deadpool has been through the roof.
That really, you mentioned that there was going to be an Xbox topic, and I said that I was glad you said that, because I'm one of the biggest Xbox haters. I own a Series X, and it is. Let's move on.
It's not good.
I'm not a fan of Xbox, man. Like at all.
Yeah, I got the PS5 on deck. I had the very first Xbox, the one where you could put like actual CDs in it and you could burn music to the Xbox. I had all the G-Unit albums on there. This is going way back. I had Get Rich or Die Trying. I had the G-Unit album. I had the Lloyd Banks album. I had the T.I. and I was about to say Twitter. Ludacris. I had all of it. Like my Xbox music catalog was fire. But yeah, let's get to some of these. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say I had the original Xbox, and in Korea you could get a chip in it to play illegal games. I used to buy games for like $5, and I used to play like I had like almost every Xbox game, like the first Xbox, almost every Xbox game you could buy because they were $5, and I was like, so yeah, that was my Xbox experience. Not with those cheeks though.
Not these cheeks.
Not
these cheeks at all. But yeah, so let's go to the comments and see how cheeky the comments have been about this. So let's not skip. CC saying let's twist for our Twister viewing tomorrow. But let me do this because I have to be professional because I'm going to clip this out. So what do you guys think about the Deadpool cheeked up Xbox controllers? Are you guys going to enter this contest? Let me know what you think. And are you sad that there's no cheeked up controllers for the PlayStation 5? Because I know I am. I would love the cheeked up because they look a little firm. You know what I'm saying? A little caressing. Because you be playing the game all day. You need something soft to lay your finagles on. The scientific term I forget. But yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you guys next time. All right, let's hit these comments. So yeah, eating rice with chopstick comes with practice.
Mama Bear gets it. She gets it.
Yep. Practice makes perfect. Oops, take two. Yeah, I blanked out. I was so excited about this topic. I was like, yo, we gotta Daredevil. How? I can't 69. It's it's definitely double caked up. Because those weren't any small cakes. Those were like
Nah, those are not small cakes at all. Like, I really wondered the ergonomic. Never mind.
I mean, yeah, I'm rolling. BBL Deadpool. This is hilarious. This is hilarious.
Coming from Mama Bear, the Canadian. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Chopstick says, who's going to hold that controller? I would hold the controller if I dared touch the Xbox, but unfortunately I'm not in that lifestyle. Mama Bear, there's definitely a lot to like about that controller. Just every time you are done with gaming, you got to give it a little slap, boy, or a spank.
Man, Norwegian Batman's out here.
Norwegian Batman's
tripping.
TJ said, imagine you're raging on the game and slap the controller. In anger. Yo. Mom Bear says, or in celebration.
However you get yours, man.
That is hilarious. Yeah, so that, man, I've been really like happy with the Deadpool marketing. Sure. And I think the one thing that I found like not bad, like there's nothing bad about this, but they put out like a Wolverine popcorn bucket, but they never put out like a Deadpool one. I thought that they would have put out a Deadpool one as well, but we're so close to the movie, who knows? So yeah. So that's our first topic. Wanted to start it off with some laughs. I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed that. We have Low Value. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Low Value. Glad to catch you live again, friend. Glad for you to be here. Thank you so much for joining the stream.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome back, if you will. Dark Movie says, my question is, if you just throw the controller in rage, does it bounce on the floor or wall? It looked a little bouncy. I'm not gonna lie. It looked like it had some bounce to it.
That'll make it even fun. What if you throw it against the wall, shit bounce back and hit you in the face? Man, come on.
Yeah. You can't get Rikishi to the face by the Xbox.
Man, God,
that would be crazy. So that's our first topic. We're going to get into something a little less funny, but still as fun. We're actually going to stay a little bit in the X-Men universe, if you will, but on the other side of Marvel, the animated side of Marvel. So let's go here. I'm actually going to run our intro one more time. I'm probably going to run an intro for every one of these, but I'm going to clip these out. So bear with me, y'all. Let's go. Okay, so as you guys know, the Emmys were just announced today, the Emmy nominations, if you will. And one of the categories, we won't go through all of them, but one of the categories I was most interested in was the animation category. And we got some good news for our X-Men 97 fans from those nominations. And here we go with this from a comic book movie who says X-Men at the Emmys. X-Men 97 is now an Emmy-nominated series. Today brought the award ceremony's annual announcement of nominees, and the Marvel Studios standout will be a part of a stacked lineup of animated shows. X-Men 97 will be facing off against Scavengers, Reign, The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, and Blue Eye Samurai. I don't know why I said that like that. I apologize. And the specific episode, one of the things I wanted to mention, so these nominations aren't just for the show, but I checked all of them, and they're for a specific episode of the show. And for this particular instance, the episode that X-Men 97 is being nominated for is for Remember It. Remember It is up for Outstanding Animated Program. The fan favorite entry in the show's run won and media acclaim on the internet for both the visual action buffet and the emotional gut punch in the story's ending. There are multiple viewers across social media that would argue Remember Me or Remember It is the single best episode of a Disney Plus original that exists on the streaming platform. Bodemayo and the entire X-Men 97 team recognition here shows how closely aligned critics and audiences were when it comes to the animated series. Director Emi Yanamaru, Emi Yanamaru, Emi Yanamura, my bad, really put up one for the books with this episode as well. So, T, I don't recall. Did you watch the X-Men 97 series?
I did. I
Awesome.
was late to the party. I watched it after everybody reviewed it, after everyone was talking about it. And I was glad I did. I kind of held off because the first episode, I swear to you, I fell asleep on that thing like 3 times.
Say
First
word.
episode was you would know about that. Falling asleep on things.
Okay. All right. So this is the second stream in a row where I've been accused of falling asleep on everything. I've seen 61 movies this year. I've only fallen asleep 5 times, y'all. Okay.
Damn. In the theater though. I'm gonna let you live.
Yeah.
But in my defense, I was watching X-Men 97 at like 11 or like 11:30 midnight, like before I was actually planning to go to sleep. Like it was something that was kind of like background noise, but sometimes it would catch me. And that first episode just didn't catch me. And then I finally got through the first episode. Once I did, I just started binging it. And when I got to that, man, I'm not the biggest Gambit fan in the world.
Okay.
But after this episode, I became one of the big, like that was like something you have to put Gambit in the next movie, the MCU movie, like because of how incredible that episode was and how incredible that whole arc was, the scene, just it was phenomenal. It deserves this Emmy nomination for sure.
I 1000% agree. I think a lot of people believe it to be the best episode of the season. I think it's definitely up there. I haven't really like thought about it and ranked them myself in terms of episodes. I know I love this episode and was absolutely devastated by it by the way it ended. Man, yeah, and I agree with you. Gambit for sure needs to be in one of the upcoming movies because he has so much cachet right now. Like Gambit's stock has never been higher. Like people love Gambit. I'm not saying people didn't love Gambit. But his stock has never been higher. And especially like with the way the show ended, it's going to be a very interesting journey to see how Marvel handles him going forward. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I think that picking this particular episode is a stroke of genius. They had a lot of good episodes. The finale was amazing, but they have a lot of good episodes. But yeah, this was a catalyst. This is where the season was really good. And this is where the season turned and just also turned all the way up. So, I believe that this definitely deserved its Emmy nominee or nomination, rather. So, what else do I say here? Anyway, so what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think of X-Men 97 being nominated for an Emmy, whether you believe one of the other shows that were mentioned, Blue Eye Samurai, Bob's Burgers, The Simpsons, and I don't think Scavenger's Reign, which I know a lot of people have been talking heavy about Scavenger's Reign, and it was a show that got canceled by, I believe it was Max, but picked up by Netflix, but we're not really sure if it's getting a season 2. And I know a lot of people hope that it is getting a season 2. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think about this particular group of nominated animated features, and and I'll talk to you guys next time. See, that's the power of editing right there. You see that? That's never going to show up because when I edit the clip, you know what I'm saying?
It's going to sound so clean and look so thorough.
Smooth as egg. So yeah, so let's go to the comments and see what people had to say about this topic. Also, did you watch any of the other animated series that they mentioned?
No, I haven't watched The Simpsons since probably like a long time ago, since like the first 5 seasons when Bart was like the craze in America
Big
a long
Bart.
time ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bart. But
Yeah,
I've never watched Bob's Burgers. I've heard it's
I've
really.
never seen an episode.
But never
Yeah.
watched.
I know a lot of people like Bob's Burgers. I just never got into it. I did watch the first 3 episodes of Blue Eye Samurai. See, and this is the dangers of watching things with your wife or your significant other, because see, she's gonna open the door as soon as I say this. This is the difficult part of watching things with your wife or significant other, is sometimes you might not finish it because it's like, oh, this was our show together. And
Yes,
that's the situation.
correct.
Except the fact that my wife don't care about the rules. I walked downstairs one time and I'm like, what is that? She was like, oh, Spy Family. I was like, wait, weren't we watching that together? I was like, what episode are you on? The last episode of season 2? I'm like, we didn't even start season 2 together. What's going on here? What's up? Yeah.
We husbands unite.
I know.
I have shows with my wife, and then like you said, like I'll be doing something on my computer. I go out there and she's we watched The Rookie. That's become like our new show. And Grey's Anatomy, that's been like a show, has a real special place. A lot of seasons.
Yeah.
So we've watched every single episode together, every single one. But it's been a few times where she's like sneaking. She got her headphones in. She's on a tablet and she's kind of in the corner, like come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Like if I did it, then it's,
right. It would be World War III.
End of the world. Yeah. It's the end of the
world.
My
wife's classic line is, you took too long. I'm like, you never asked. You never said, hey, can we watch this together? You just started watching. Anyway. So let's get to the comments before we lose people. So Dark says, my question is, if you just throw we read that one. Got a pack tomorrow, so I head to bed. Great streaming. I'll see you later. Hey man, have a great night, dude. I hope you're enjoying wherever you're packing to go. Yeah, man, have a good time. Blue Eye Samurai, yes. I need to finish this because this is probably going to be one I break and just finish it on my own. Sure. Awesome X-Men was nominated. When I get Disney Plus, I'll catch the series. Please do. I think that you'll really enjoy it.
For sure. It really, really got better.
Yeah, I agree. 80s Kid says, could Deadpool appear in 97? I think anything's possible at this point.
Yeah. They hit so many different Marvel topics. Like in the last episode, the last 2 episodes, they had so many cameos from different Marvel characters. Yeah, like anybody could show up in the animated universe.
I agree. And with the way the second season is set up, we're going to get a lot of like new team members coming in. The Kenny syndrome. I got a syndrome named after me. That's cool. Man. That's fine. See, this
got narcolepsy, and then you got the Kenny.
I try to be honest with my friends, and you see what they do. do you mean 5 multiplied by 10? Look, I promise you, it was only 5 times. It was League of Extraordinary something gentlemen warfare. That one.
Yeah.
It was Furiosa the first time. It was twice with Long Legs, and it was once with The Omen. So yeah, that's it. If you notice, at least 2 of those are horror movies. But that's neither here nor there. If they really want to take the controller to the next level, they should make the cheeks jiggle.
Man, y'all need to get hired by Xbox. That's a genius idea, man. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
I want to win this so bad now.
Yeah. Poor Leech. Yeah, I was sad Leech went out like that. And the Morlocks, man. Shout out to my Morlocks. Dark Moon says, if I ever fall asleep in the theater, I will blame Kenny. I got that Kenny syndrome. Like, it's
contagious, man. It's contagious.
It's contagious. That diabolical is correct. Speaking of which, Boys ends tomorrow, which I was surprised by. I had no idea tomorrow's the finale.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got like 10 minutes left, 10 to 15 minutes left in the last episode.
Hey, make your peace with A-Train, guys. That's all I'll say. Make your peace with A-Train.
It seemed like that season was heading in that direction. I just got done rewatching Wolverine Origins. Tyler Kish, in my opinion, made a good gambit. Yeah, I'll say that he did. I agree with that.
Yeah,
He looked the part for sure. I think the interesting thing is like the Channing Tatum casting was always weird to me because to me it's like a big part of Gambit is being Cajun and sounding Cajun, and I don't think Channing Tatum has the acting chops to sound Cajun, and he will look goofy trying to do
Come on, don't do Channing Tatum. I truly believe that Channing Tatum could literally do whatever he wants.
You think he could do a Cajun accent?
I'm 100% positive. This man starred in Step Up, and he starred in This Is the End. Like those, like he played a dancing teenager and a gimp at the same time. Like I'm not
saying he's a bad actor. He's actually really good, as a matter of fact. I just think just head down to New Orleans. Somebody in New Orleans wants to act. He is.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think he's too old now because they were talking about him doing this like 10 years ago. Like, I think he's too old
now. She added Ace. All right, gotta go to bed now. Hey, good night, Toby.
All right. Good night, man.
People saying good night. Mama Bear said Scavenger's Reign is crazy good. I've only watched the first episode, and I found it to be really interesting. It was weird AF, so I need to go back to it. But yeah, it was pretty weird. 80s kid from the 90s says, I had myself a Big Kahuna cheesesteak on gluten-free bread from Jersey Mike's for lunch today. Here's my score, 7 out of 10. There's a lot of things that have been said there. A Big Kahuna cheesesteak, which I'm assuming that means it has pineapples on it. I don't know why I'm assuming that. I just feel like that's the case. On gluten-free bread from Jersey Mike's for lunch today. As a cheesesteak purist.
Yes, I was waiting for this.
A lot of that sounds. I'm not gonna lie. If you go
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. So if it tastes good, it tastes good. But you know what I mean? There's certain things, the authenticity has to be on point. You know what I'm saying? When you go to order a cheesesteak from the corner store, from the Poppy store in Philadelphia, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Salt, pepper, ketchup, mayonnaise, fried onions, pickles. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get freaky with it, you put some mushrooms on it, right? But
yikes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
There was a spot in Harlem in the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. It was the late 90s because it was before I joined the Army. It's called the Shrimp Box.
Okay.
They sold Philly cheesesteaks. I was like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we? but they were fired though. They were fired. That was crazy. It's called the Shrimp Box, but they sold Philly cheesesteaks. Like, come on.
It's calling something something that it is not does not prevent it from tasting good. I remember I went down to Florida. Me and my family took a trip to Disney World, and I was in McDonald's. And they were selling Philly cheesesteaks, and they were selling it on a bagel, and I'm like, that's not a cheesesteak. He's like, yes, it is. It's a Philly cheesesteak. That's this is like just like Philly. I'm like, dog, I'm from Philly. What are you saying right now? I was at least 11 years old when I was having this conversation, by the way. But yeah, and here is Mio, aka my wife. First of all, I was sick of waiting. All right, listen, you want to invade the stream with your nonsense.
We were having a husbandly conversation, but thank you. It's a good thing my wife don't support my YouTube habit. She not gonna be in this. She not gonna be in it. My kids might be in it. Like my kids might be watching it off my YouTube, but
man. We're having marital disputes in the YouTube chat. This is crazy.
Exactly.
80s Kid says the steak had American cheese. That's where it's at. Jalapenos, that's what's up. Caramelized onions, peppers, and mushrooms. That sounds good. That don't sound bad at all. What's the kahuna about it though? Because to me, kahuna sounds like pineapple. I was going to ask if he took too long. See, now they get on my case.
Exactly, man. Wives uniting in the chat.
All right. 80s Kid says it was pretty good. That's what's up. Yeah, so I've discovered a new superpower on YouTube, clickbait marketing technique. It's all about branding and being a salesman in marketing. That's true. I would say that like I think there's nothing wrong with clickbait. I think there's something wrong with clickbait that's misleading, right? So if it's like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen, right? I mean, I think that's not necessarily clickbait, but it's like clickbait. Bad clickbait is like a flat out lie, right? Like Kevin Feige says Disney won't be around in 20 years, and like you go on to their video and they're like Kevin Feige. They read the articles like Kevin Feige said, you know, maybe Disney will change the way that it produces movies in a couple years. And it's like, no, you just flat out lied and made something up. You know what I mean? But if your clickbait is like, Lion King is the greatest movie of all time, and you really feel that way, that's clickbait, and it's true. You know what I mean? I think that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Which
not a
also
huge fan.
not a huge fan of what?
But
Well,
clickbaity titles,
woo,
man. Like it just,
yeah,
I'm old. Don't judge. Like I try not to judge, but it's just not my
right.
thing.
I thought you were saying that you weren't a fan of the Lion King because we would have.
No, I would never say that because I see
Yeah,
what's behind you.
you
You
know what
have
I'm saying? And you see what's in my hand too. So this is like the only physical media that I own, by like one of them. But yeah, Lion King all day, every day. TJ says super excited for the boys finale, as
for
am
sure.
I. And speaking of things that we're excited about or might not be excited about, let's get into our third topic, just so we can give the people what they came for. This is what's in the title. This is our clickbait session, and we're going to be talking about the Russos. So let us go into the house of the Lord. Give me 1 second. I'm going to start. Okay, so the Hollywood Reporter today reported, and the Hollywood Reporter is one of those reporting agencies, news outlets, I should say, that if they said it, it's probably true, right? There's a 90% chance that it's true.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety, Yahoo News, like those are kind of like the ones where you go, they said it is, they probably have sources that are not like Uncle Bob's like fart.net, like type stuff, right? So it's legit. So a Hollywood Reporter today gave us some new news about the Russos and what they may or may not be directing coming up. So the Russos back for Avengers 5 and 6. I meant to put a question mark here because it's not official. The Russo brothers are in early talks to return to Marvel Studios to direct not just one, but the next two Avengers movies, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. The hiring ends a months long, high stakes search by the studio for filmmakers to oversee the fifth and sixth Avengers movies. Multiple names were in contention, including Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy, who was offered the gig. Sources say the talks are in the early stages. And finally, the fifth Avengers movie was previously titled Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and was to star Jonathan Majors as time-traveling villain Kang, but Marvel cut ties with the actor, blah, 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 blah. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton was once attached to direct Kang Dynasty, but he departed a month after Major's conviction. The feature is expected to get a new name and a new focus. And finally, the sixth Avengers film is Secret Wars, which is a storyline the Russos have long talked about wanting to adapt. A pair of the 1980s comic book series focused on an all-powerful antagonist known as the Beyonder, who in the first installment pitted Marvel's heroes and villains against each other on a planet known as Battleworld. A 2015 revival served as the climax to writer Jonathan Hickman's own multiverse saga, which has already had elements referenced in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. In Hickman's Secret Wars, all of Marvel's multiverses are destroyed, with the remaining surviving on a single planet ruled by the villain Doctor Doom. Avengers 5 is set for May 1st, 2026, and Secret Wars is set for May 7th, 2027, just a year later. So, with the Russo brothers now in talks to potentially come back for Avengers 5 and 6 to direct whichever movie is going to be the title, whatever the title is going to be for Avengers 5, as well as Secret Wars, which I'm really interested in because the Secret Wars story in 2015 is how Miles Morales came into the main universe instead of being out in his own universe. I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts on this, T, because I've heard that you had some T is for toxic ideas or thoughts about this particular news story. So, what do you think?
So for this news story, it's not the toxicity. I love the Russo brothers, like not Civil War, Winter Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
and like the individual Avengers story is like
Yeah,
that to me is the best one. Like,
yeah,
and it shouldn't have been. That's the crazy. Like when I first heard that Winter Soldier was being made, I was like, oh man, I don't care about Winter Soldier. He's like he's kind of a background player, and he was like I never really read any comics where it was like Winter Soldier is gonna make me want to go see this movie. But
gotcha.
when I saw the movie,
Mm-hmm.
what they did with that story was phenomenal. Then, of
Agreed.
course, they come back to do Endgame. They do Infinity War. They do Endgame, and those are two of the greatest movies ever made. Out of like you can say what you want. You can
Mm-hmm.
dislike superhero movies. You can say there's superhero fatigue. But when those two movies came out, Endgame is by far the greatest movie going experience I've ever had.
Yeah,
It it
yeah.
it was something special. You had to be there to
Mm-hmm.
experience Endgame for that first time with however many people in the audience, entire movie theater packed, and I was overseas. Like I was in a theater full of soldiers and airmen, and we were all cheering, and it was so loud. Like it, man, when that hammer came back, greatest movie experience. It doesn't happen without the Russo brothers. Like all of
Yeah,
those stories don't tie together. Like any director can't do that. Um,
right. And this one took two.
like I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that this next two movies are coming out a year apart, like those two are going to have a singular vision for these,
Mm-hmm.
or one's going to tie into the other, and I just think it's going to be phenomenal. Like not saying they can't make a bad movie, I just don't think they will make anything that's less than great. Like
Yeah.
they haven't missed when it came to the MCU yet. So I'm super excited. When I heard they were coming on the producers, I got a little excited. So I was like, yeah, we might get some, a little flavor of the Russo brothers
Mm-hmm.
in the next few movies. But now, if they come back and direct it, I mean, you could call it superhero fatigue, but they're gonna bring it back. Like they're gonna
Yeah.
like doesn't matter how bad any other Marvel movie is. When those two guys, even though they look weird as hell in that picture, when those two guys direct this
Yeah.
movie, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna they're gonna kill it. Like I just have no doubt that they're gonna kill it.
Yeah, I'm along the same line as you. I think that given the right tools, that they could definitely kill it. I think my one concern going into this is that they haven't been given the right tools. And what I mean by right tools is the characters that we have currently: Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, Captain America, Sam, as well as who else? Moon Knight, the Eternals, the
Doctor
Thunderbolts. Like
Strange.
Doctor Strange. We have a very mixed bag of characters, some proven in the eyes of MCU fans, some a little bit teetering in the eyes of MCU fans. So my thought is, okay, so who's the team going to be? Because that's going to play a lot into how much this is going to turn out. Because I'm supposed to believe that Sam, Shang-Chi, who I love, Miss Marvel, who I also love, and the rest of these characters who have come in, Doctor Strange, as you mentioned, and I'm assuming Spider-Man is going to be there too,
Spider-Man,
are
Captain
going to
Marvel.
be the types of characters to Captain Marvel to be able to take out whatever threat this was. Now it was Kang. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. The Fantastic Four is going to be a part of this equation as well, and those are the heavy hitters that a lot of Marvel's going to bank on. And now you're bringing in the X-Men, so they have a lot more. They have a lot of tools in the toolbox to use. So I'm really interested in seeing how the MCU develops these characters leading into these Avengers movies, right? But do I think that they can direct it? Absolutely. I'm not like down on them as some people might be because of the last few movies outside of the MCU that they put out, which personally I don't like any of them. But at the same time, you go back to the sandbox that you're really good in, you could possibly make magic again, right? So I'm really interested in seeing what they come up with. And I am legitimately shocked that they did come back, because the last report that we got was that they weren't coming back until the end of the decade, and it's only 2024. So that was not supposed to be for until like 2030, right? 2029, 2030. And they're back. Like cook crack. So I'm ecstatic about this news, and I'm similar to you in that having one director tell both sides of this narrative of a movie that's coming out a year apart sounds much better than having two different directors take it over. Is it possible?
Correct.
Sure. But I think that it's better to have it all in one hand, and like the flavor of both feel the same going into the other. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I have no reason not to be. Just trepidations about how Marvel's going to develop these characters in these few years leading up to it.
So what I would say, like, to counter what you were talking about, the characters, like, so I will say this. When the Captain America, the first Avenger, was first announced, I hate Captain America.
You hate Captain America?
I like the Cyclops, that good, wholesome American man, white male, truth, justice, the shield, and I'm a soldier too. That, which is crazy. Like,
right.
But I don't like those do good characters, right? And the first Avenger wasn't bad, but to me it wasn't great.
Okay.
But what they did with the character, like what they did with that character in Winter Soldier, where he's finally understood the shades of gray, I feel like if they could do that with that character, and they can make me just completely flip, like, oh man, to this day, Captain America is the greatest. Like, he's the greatest MCU character to me. A lot of people love Tony, a lot of people love Thor, but like Captain America, he embodied exactly like a lot of my ideals. Like, he embodied, like, I felt like, man, I'm Captain America. That's why Anthony Mackie, we're not there yet. Although I do love the fact that we have a Black Captain America. That's amazing to me. I would have really loved to see an Isaiah Bradley story, of him younger years. Kind of Black Widow-esque type vibe. But I just think, and I say all that to say that I think that they, in the right hands, any of those characters, like, a lot of people didn't watch Miss Marvel, and they disliked the Marvels really without seeing it, because a lot of people didn't go see it. But in the right hands, in the right frame, Miss Marvel can become Peter Parker. She can, like everybody says, she's the female Peter Parker, but in the right scene, with the right scenes. Not saying she has to die on camera like Peter Parker did in Infinity War, but in the right frame, she can become that character that she's supposed to become, because Amanda Vanani is phenomenal. She doesn't get, like, the criticism and hate she gets is so unwarranted, because she's so good in that role. She just needs the right vehicle. She needs the right writer. She needs the movie. And I think these next two movies are going to give that character. So as she grows up and becomes an adult, like becomes in her 20s and 30s, she can be that next Spider-Man figure to these younger characters as all of these characters age up, and then she can have a glorious death in like Avengers 8, where she goes out and she says, I'm Miss Marvel, and does something really super heroic. But it starts with the right movie makers making that right movie. And I really do think that those two guys are the right people, because they've shown they can do it.
Yeah, based on like what we've seen from, first, just addressing your mom, the Lonnie point, she's excellent. She's the best part of everything she's been in, whether it's her own show or the Marvels. I loved her in the Marvels. I didn't love the Marvels, but I loved her. Actually, I love all the main actresses in the Marvels. I just did not like the movie in and of itself. I thought they all gave good performances in it, but it is what it is. She's to me the best part of that movie. But I think Marvel is starting, it feels, I might be wrong. We could watch these movies and be like, these still aren't good. But I feel like Marvel is starting to turn the corner, where Deadpool, if it's great, awesome. Captain America: Brave New World looks incredible. I'm so excited for that. So as we get these trailers and we lead in to that, and we start to gain momentum, and then we got the Russos back and Fantastic Four is coming out. Like, I think that we're in a situation. Oh yeah, D23 and Comic Con are coming up too, which I think we're going to learn a lot about what this upcoming slate is, including whether or not we're actually getting a Blade movie. I think we're going to be learning a lot. So yeah. So I'll end this by saying, what do you guys think? Do you think it's a good thing that the Russos are back in the saddle, potentially, as the directors of Avengers 5 and 6? Or are you more disappointed that there's not new blood behind these new Avengers movies that are coming up? Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys next time. See, that's the way I do it. That's the way you do it. You know what I mean? But
that's what I'm talking about. That was a good take right there.
Thank you. Thank you. It takes me a while to get good takes. So let's get to the comments.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I scrolled way too far. That was pretty good. That
was one of the reasons that I despise StreamYard. Like,
yeah. Voice series finale or season finale? I'm not sure what you mean by that, buddy. But I'm sorry.
Might be boy.
Oh yeah, The Boys. Got you. Yeah, it's The Boys season finale. The series actually ends with season 5, which will be next. Yeah, which is great because I would rather it leave than stay too long. And I've always kind of felt like, how long can you really justify a story where Homelander doesn't just kill all these people and call it a day?
I'm actually just waiting for that episode. Like I'm like every episode is like he's on the cusp of just like losing it and just like I can't wait. I'm not.
They be in the same room in the same building as him, and sometimes it's like he could just end this whole story right now if he wanted to. He's just he's going to lose it at one of these points.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah, 80s Kid says I listened to I Wouldn't Have Nothing If I Did Have You by Randy Newman so many times today. I miss my dad. I've used so many Disney songs differently now. Yeah, man, I'm so sorry to hear about the passing of your father, man. I'm really pulling for you, dude. Grieve and grieve well, man. Do whatever you need to do. Losing people is tough. But yeah, man, you've done a good job. You put on a brave face, and you don't have to either, man. Cry as much as you need to. Remember all the good times that you had with your pops, and it's good that you're experiencing different things with the Disney songs that you cherish. Like now that you're listening to them now.
For sure. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah,
definitely my condolences to you and your family. For sure.
Absolutely, 100%. It didn't have pineapples. Okay, cool. So what was Kahuna?
Thank goodness.
What was Kahuna about it?
Why would you put pineapples on a cheesesteak?
I'm allergic to wheat. That makes sense. Yeah, don't have anything that you're allergic to. Yeah, McDonald's cheesesteaks. Yeah, it's the devil. It's blasphemy. That's what it is. Yo, what's up, Dark Room? What's up, Joel? How you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy.
When I got to Germany, I found out they serve wings at the Burger King there.
Oh,
and those joints was fire. Like
Burger
King, like you get a Whopper and some wings, bro.
That sounds
life changing.
I would love some Korean Burger King wings. Like that sounds good, actually. I would love to try that. Worst one I had was on a cheesesteak. Worst one I had was on a cheesesteak on sandwich bread. Yeah, that's just demonic. I don't know why you would put that on.
We got cheesesteaks at home, man.
Yeah, man.
That sounds like something my moms would do.
Crazy. CC Clemens says, I haven't had a good cheesesteak in a minute. Hey, we would love to see you do a cheesesteak review, CC. I'm not planning to mislead anyone. With the same with great power comes great responsibility. That's 100% true, but absolutely. Dark Room Review says, I want to see Will Smith make a film for the Philly community. Dude's from West Philly. Dude is from West Philly. I'm from Philly. I live in West Philly. So, yeah, it would be cool to see him do it. But, he doesn't have to. But it would be fun to see him do it. But here's the thing. He made Summertime, and that was all shot in Philly, if I recall. So, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's everybody's song though. Don't claim it for it. It's everybody's song. It's my song too. Like, come on.
I'm gonna claim it.
Yeah.
Mio said, "Hey CC, yo, those cookies on your last review had me drooling. They look so good. Yeah, we got to get a crumble cookies. We have insomnia cookies around here. I'm not sure if we do have a crumble cookies.
I definitely don't where I'm at.
Yeah. Lion King 2 is so underrated, but doesn't Simba's daughter marry his cousin? Look, we don't talk about those things, all right? No, actually, no. Kovu was adopted by Scar. Kovu's not Scar's child. So
ain't no clean up that incest, man. Don't
however,
that incest.
However, Simba and Nala are part of the same pride. So do with that information what you will. And there's only one lion out there. Popping in to say the Russos coming back doesn't excite me much. It's a safe choice for both parties that are a bit on the decline right now. But everything non-MCU from the Russos has been booty. I agree.
Hold on. Okay, before we remind me of what I love. Like, did the Russos do the Gray Man? I enjoyed the Gray Man.
I thought I couldn't make it through the Gray Man. I'm sorry.
Oh my god,
they did.
You know I love action, man. I
know you do. Yeah,
such a fun movie, man.
Yeah. They did produce both Extraction movies, which I love. I love those movies, and I would love to see them in the theater. Netflix, put Extraction 3 in the theater, please, because they deserve to be in the theater. Yeah, and I forget what else. Oh, they did the movie Cherry with Tom Holland.
Okay, I didn't watch that. I know what it's about. I didn't watch that.
They've done a couple, and most of them have had reviews.
I respect that.
Yeah. By the way, what's up, Sully? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream.
Man, definitely. Shout out to Sully Streams, man. Yeah. Sully Streams. I really enjoy his content, and one of my favorite.
The Newlywed.
Yeah. Yes, the Newlywed.
Mm-hmm. A Lion King clickbait title would be: Is The Lion King the greatest movie of all time? That's a good clickbait title for sure. And you can answer that question, because whether you say yes or no, as long as they get the answer from you when they get there, it's not clickbait. So the shooters give them some credit. It's the same duo that gave us Infinity War and Endgame. I get the credit, but you got to update your resume. Technically, Simba married his half sister.
Jeez, what is happening right now? What is with the incest? All this incest goes. I don't remember any of that. Don't ruin my childhood. Don't do that.
I was his half sister. We're about to find out. And in Pride, there's only one male line, and since Simba and Nala were raised together, they likely have the same father, which is things we don't think about these things.
What is happening right now? Man, I'm glad I got headphones on. If my kids heard this, there'd be all types of craziness going on in my house.
Yeah. Listen, man, Marvel is like a restaurant. They started out great and had a great 10 years. And after that, they hired new chefs. Not all the chefs cooked right. The quality changed and peeps left. That is a great analogy.
That is, you might, you're not wrong.
That is a great analogy. Yeah, that's a fantastic analogy. That's all good. Winter Soldier was peak. Agreed. I like Winter Soldier was my number one movie on my Marvel ranking list for a long time. Yeah, it only recently got dethroned by No Way Home. I just love that movie, but also Winter Soldier's like number 2. So I got excited because of the cartoon Avengers. Earth's Mightiest Hero. That was a good cartoon. That was a good one. Yeah. Avengers Assemble. Cue the music.
I just heard the music in my head. As you read that, I was like, man, I love those movies.
I love that moment. I'm not even bothered by the fact that Cap whispered it, surrounded by thousands of fellow soldiers. They didn't even hear Avengers Assemble. They heard Thor yell, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go.
No, they heard it all internally, man. They
heard
felt
it
it.
in the
It
heart.
wasn't, yeah, like they didn't really. He didn't have to yell it, but like
Yeah,
everybody was ready. Like
yeah.
great moment, such a great
Hmm.
moment.
Mama Bear says, of course, Nala's dad could be Scar. That's true. Which would explain. Oh, that's right. Scar was the male in the prime. Which would explain how she survived the takeover. Real thing. Which would make them cousins.
Like Mama Bear is
I
just
don't
over there
know if that
spewing.
makes it worse or better. I think it just stays the same. Like, just
Yeah,
no family.
just
Look, no,
let's
no
change the
family.
topic. Change the topic. Like, oh my god, what is happening? Like y'all are me. I'm getting
You'll
disgusted
never
thinking
watch
about the
Lion King
Lion King.
again the
Yeah,
same way again. I never
man.
thought of that. Yep. Super excited for Mufasa, the Lion King. I am going to go see it. I wouldn't say I'm excited, even though I love the Lion King. I just the last live action Lion King movie, live action CGI. I hated with a burning passion of 1,000 suns. Um, it just wasn't good to me. To me, if you guys loved it, awesome. But and Mufasa just makes me nervous. So, but I'm going to go see it, and I hope it's really good. I hope it's really good.
Let us know how many times you have to go see it to
Okay.
watch it
All
all
right.
the way through. Just let us know, like, and be honest. Like at this point, I want
I'm
honesty.
always
Don't lie
honest.
to us. Don't lie to us.
This is how y'all know I fall asleep with movies in the first place. Otherwise, I would just be putting out reviews of movies without saying anything. It's like, yeah, it was good. It was all right. You know what I mean?
That movie was terrible.
Right. The power of overthinking. Hey, it gets us all
Man,
in the
it's like,
circle of life. See, I'm not going.
so,
I'm not going to bless y'all with my angelic vocals, so I'm not going to sing it right now. But yeah, something about Mufasa says plot holes. Man, there's potential.
story, like, yeah, like you could
Yeah.
change the whole story. Like we might find out at the end of Mufasa, like they retcon the whole thing and he's alive, and he's like who knows?
Yo,
Like,
that would be good. Yo, if we had a Lion King 3 and Mufasa was like, I've been alive the whole time. It's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, I just had Rafiki cover for me with the cloud lion.
man, like you just like at this
I had
point,
to go
Disney
find
is
myself.
man, Disney, they draw for straw. Like, especially if this movie makes a lot of money, like
Yeah.
they're gonna
I had to
retcon the
go
whole thing, man.
I had to go find the type of king I wanted to be. So I had to go on my own
Yeah.
journey. And I was like, what? Yeah, I went on a
Yeah.
vision quest after my brother threw me off a cliff. Well, Kenny, which impression of mine, The Lion King, did you like the best? Oh, the hyenas, for sure. 80s Kid with the 90s recently just put out a video of like talking about The Lion King from 1994. Absolutely excellent. He did an impression of the hyenas and Mufasa in that one scene where Mufasa, if you ever come near my son again, like that one, he did a great job of doing Shenzi and the rest of them, whose names I feel ashamed that I'm forgetting. How dare you, T? Just kidding. That's okay if you don't like Cap.
I didn't like Cap. Like I was not a huge fan, but I'm a huge fan now. Great.
Mikhail says, Melanie says, hot takes. Yep. Cap is far and away the best MCU character in my eyes. I don't disagree. I think that he had the best arc out of everybody.
For sure.
Well, they're a collective. I would say the Guardians also had a really great arc, but Cap definitely had a great
arc. I thought Thor's arc through the Dark World into what did Ragnarok come before? Yeah, Ragnarok. Yeah. Then Infinity War, and then Endgame. Like that whole the stages of grief that he went through. I thought that was done so well. Yeah. But nobody, it's like everybody forgot that and just hates Love and Thunder. Like they forgot how great of a character. Like
I'm one of those people.
Like that was such a great that was great storytelling. Like they didn't have to do that. Like Fat Thor, it was a meme, but it was so deep. It was so deep. Like his grief, like the way he dealt with grief was the way they did that on screen.
I thought they did an excellent. I thought they did an excellent job with the way that he handled grief as well. One of the things that I've heard as a criticism was when during the final battle, like when he pulls both hammers or calls both hammers and transforms into to his armor. Like he's like, why did he go back to skinny? He's like, that's because life is not like that. Just because you come out of your depressive state doesn't mean your physical body changes. You still have to deal with the ramifications of the things that may have transpired while you were feeling depressed, right? So it doesn't just happen like that. I'm glad they didn't just take that shortcut. It's like, oh, like you're happy again or you're not depressed anymore. Now you're physically fit, because fit people are happy. Fat people are depressed. Like that's the wrong message to send.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So not, like great arc though. Great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that arc.
Melanie says, I agree. Mackie doesn't do it for me personally as Cat. That's Cat. No, I'm joking. We'll see. We shall see. Because she's definitely coming with me. She's going with me to every.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
I don't know if I got her a ticket.
Ooh. Man, you might want to sign off now and get on fan.
I will find out momentarily. Marvel needs to figure out a plan for Captain Marvel ASAP. Either dump her or keep her as a side piece.
Wholeheartedly disagree. Like I'm gonna be quiet on this on this topic.
What did he say?
Yeah. If I go on my Captain Marvel rant, I'm gonna run everybody off. But I don't dump her. That's what I'll say. Don't dump her. Brie Larson is phenomenal.
Yeah,
just bad writing. Like
I do think that they need a plan for her, but I don't think she's not a bad actress. She's an Academy Award winning actress. Number one. Number two, I do think that the Captain Marvel character needs something of significance to do. Because the Marvels, for me personally, wasn't it.
No.
But it will be interesting to see what they do with the upcoming movie. That's awesome. You'll be coming with me to find out anyway. Cap is the GOAT. Yep, love Cap. Thank goodness we got Red Hulk. I'm so tired of Banner Smart Hulk. Hulk needs to smash stuff. Team Red Hulk until Brute Hulk returns. I hear that. I also want Savage Hulk back. I think it's time for Smart Hulk to defund Smart Hulk, basically.
That's a good one.
Mel says, I enjoy the show and the work they did to make sure it was all as authentic as possible. There were subtle details that made it really good for me. Plus, she's likable and funny. Oh, I think you're talking about Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. The Russos did a great job. Bringing them back is a smart move. Agreed. At this point, if Blade does actually happen, it's not getting a trilogy. I don't think Disney / Marvel wants to go through production hell for 2 more Blade films. I agree, but not for the same reason. It's not, to me, it's not production hell for the next 2 films. It's that Mahershala Ali is 50 years old right now. He's 50, and they haven't started filming. They haven't started editing. Their script isn't ready. I think they have a director, and a few of the actors, like the incredible Delroy Lindo, has departed the project. So Mahershala is not getting any younger. He's 50 years old. And the way like they're doing Shang-Chi right now, we had a movie 3-4 years ago. Their trilogy is taking a long. Like, how much time was between Guardians 2 and 3? Like, there was a pandemic in between that, so give them grace for that. But yeah.
Spoiler alert: Blade's not happening, guys. Like it's just, and if it does, Mahershala Ali is not going to play Blade. Like if this doesn't get made by, I would say, January or February of 2025.
Yeah, if they don't start shooting by the beginning of next year, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I don't know
like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it will. Mel says, but it will be interesting because Mackie doesn't do pictures, which he has a right to, but folks have come out and say he's rude when declining pictures. I wonder if that will deter viewers from watching. That's interesting.
Yeah. He said some things like, I'm not a big Anthony Mackie fan. Like it was before when I found out they cast him as Falcon for Winter Soldier. That was another reason why I went into Winter Soldier. Not wanting. I'm not a big fan of Anthony.
You didn't like Papa Doc as Falcon?
No, Tupac, like playing Tupac in the come on, like
yo, when he was playing Tupac, he was like, I'm Tupac. I'm like, sir, Nobody introduces themselves like that.
Stop.
Who
Like,
gave you this script?
like, stop. Like, I'm not a big Anthony Mackie fan. But what he did in Winter, like I will say, Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier, that was a
Yeah.
phenomenal show.
Yeah.
I enjoyed, like, he at the end of that show, I was like, oh shit, I can see it. Like that, and that's good writing, that's good acting.
I love that
So
show.
I'm giving him a lot of grace because I'm just not an Anthony Mackie fan, but the fact that my kids can see a black Captain America, I don't think anybody will ever if you're not black, you will never understand how important that is, to me at least. And I know there's some people who don't like the race. I don't care. Like I don't care what you feel about it. Like I just love when my kids see that. Like they get to see somebody who looks like them, even though they're mixed. I have mixed kids, but they love that Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I actually really like that movie. I know a lot of people don't. I like Little Mermaid.
30 minutes too long, but we'll talk about that another time. It's just way too long. Way too long for a kids movie. But yeah, like it just it's the optics, right? And once again, feel how you feel about race swapping characters. One, Falcon was Captain America in the comics too. So like it's not far-fetched. It's not something that's just out of the ordinary. I just wish it was somebody else. Like honestly, like I wish like we got like a Michael B. Jordan, as Falcon, somebody. Yeah,
I'm about to read it, so I just have it on me. But yeah, literally, he was.
You got that thing on you in the cap. Exactly. He's been Captain America in the comics. Like
and then you see right here, old Steve Rogers, right back there. That's comics.
And don't get me wrong, I get it. Steve Rogers, Chris, what the hell? Why did I just forget his name? Chris Evans, like they're just iconic. It's hard to see somebody outside of him being in that role. But like, get over it. Like, I'm definitely gonna be there day one for it.
I agree. 80s Kid says, "Get jiggy with it." What a great song! Get jiggy with it is a song that exists. I totally agree.
It does.
Yeah, it exists for sure.
Certain parties it will actually start the party. Certain parties
for sure.
certain parties it will start the party.
Any party that Thelma would be a part of, probably get us started with that. In the home, in the community home. Yep. I mean, eating things you're allergic to is fun once in a while. This girl. My throat doesn't close up all the time. That was usually when eating pineapples. Yeah, she has a pineapple allergy, and she was like just eating pineapples. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, hey, I'm a gangster. So she's a gangster. I'm just now noticing comment of Mio. Back and forth editing my Monkey Man reaction. Appreciate you for watching. Awesome. Looking forward to your Monkey Man reaction too. I didn't know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I didn't know that about Kovu. That they was adopted. Yep.
Wow. I don't even know who Kovu is, but keep going.
Lion King. Wait, you've never seen Lion King 2? Simba's Pride. Lion King 2. Lion King 2 is actually really good. Like really good.
I've heard you talk about this before. I've never watched it. My son's watched it, but I've never watched it.
It's a triple entendre. You feel me? Because Lion King 2, right? Simba's pride. It's his pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's prideful, and then you got the pride because of his children, of the pride that he's raising, and then you got Pride Rock. You know what I'm saying? Because he lives on Pride. It's a triple entendre. It's Simba's pride. You feel me? So
you kill me. Such a fun, like every time I've heard you love Lion King.
I love it.
I know. Yeah. I know you do.
and not for nothing, but He Lives in You. The song from Lion King 2 is better than Circle of Life. Hot take, it just is. I didn't care about cookies before until Crumble. The switching up every week is exciting and has me hooked. I'm definitely going to try some other places. That's what's up. I need a crumble around me for sure. Let's see. One of a song from The Lion King 2 was awesome. Yo, he is not one of us. Yep. Cece got it. Deception, disgrace, evil is clear as the scar on his face. Yo, Lion King. Show your youngling Lion King too, man. I'm telling you.
No, my kids have watched it. Like my kids love everything Lion King. I've never sat through it. I've fallen asleep. I've done my old dad on the couch.
Oh man,
fallen
and
asleep
you pendy. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, dog. Lion King 2. They banished this man Kovu in song and dance. Yo, it was crazy. The giraffes was shady too. It definitely gave me some inspiration to step up my cookie baking game. She's a dope baker of cookies for sure. Thor yells, then they say it's go time, 100%. Oh gosh, live action Lion King was just so cringe. Read. I'm zooming through these to kind of catch up a little bit. Ed might be the goofy one, but in the end, he's the most scary of the bunch. Oh, Ed, the crazy one.
Yeah.
Yep, that one. I can't believe I did that on camera. I have a plan for Captain Marvel, but it involves Rogue. Yeah,
I remember talking about this on the Spoiler Kings, and shout out to the Spoiler Kings, real quick.
Yeah,
I won something through the Spoiler Kings, and they sent me these Funko Pops. I'm not a big Funko guy. These are the only Funkos that I own.
Is that Daredevil?
The Daredevil. You got Matt Murdock, and you got the Hulk. Man, shout out to the Spoiler Kings.
Yo, shout out to the Spoiler Kings, yo. They are the bomb. They're on Monday and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. 10:30 p.m. Technically. Yeah, and they're awesome. Yo, if you haven't been in one of their streams, join. It's a good time with good people. Did I read that? Okay, yeah. No. That was my only problem with Endgame. They nerfed Hulk, and we never got to see round 2 of Hulk versus Thanos. I didn't like the fact, in the total scheme of the story is great between Endgame and Infinity War. But I just wish they didn't nerf Hulk so much in Infinity War to the point where he was rocking like Iron Man armor. Every time I watch that now, it just feels like this is a wasted opportunity. But yeah, my recent Lightyear video was the first one with a script. Oh, dope! Yeah, I can't wait to check that out. He put out a video for Lightyear. I actually was a person who enjoyed Lightyear. I think it's a good movie.
Never watched it.
It's worth it.
I've not seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know if you guys are hearing notifications. The Discord is going crazy right now. Defeating Thanos is easier than out-rapping Eminem. Yeah. It takes
slightly debatable, but I'm toxic tea. I'm a chill.
He lives in you.
Had a hot take.
He lives in you. See, I should not be singing right now. My voice is dry as hell right now. He lives in me. Yeah, that song is great. Can I just say Knives Out was a movie that was well cooked. I love Knives Out.
Great movie. Glass Onion, another great movie. Not as good as the first
Glass
one.
Onion as well. Yeah.
Janelle Monáe.
We almost caught up. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I should not be singing. Yeah. I'm gonna slide off and get some rest. All right, dude. Looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to it too, man. Cannot wait.
For sure.
I sent a Lion King 2 video starting production in September. Hey, do it, man. I'll be excited to see what you think about it. And Timon and Pumbaa was a great cartoon. I never got a chance to check out those Disney cartoons.
I watched a few episodes. My son's watched a few episodes of that too. He loves everything Lion King. What is it called?
The Lion Guard?
Yes. Oh my God. I watched every episode of The Lion Guard. My son loves that show.
The Lion Guard I know that I know your son loves The Lion Guard. I tried to watch it. I think it's blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? They're interacting with humans. I was just like, what's going on here? I was an old curmudgeon watching this. This ain't real Lion King. I felt like a Star Wars fan. This ain't real Lion King.
Man, my 3 and 4-year-old son at the time, he loves The Lion Guard.
Yeah. I'm so glad it's on Disney Plus. Yeah, yo, Disney Plus is a blessing for yo. You got kids. Disney Plus got to be a blessing, dog. They got everything.
Man, I would never get rid of Disney Plus ever.
Yeah. Sadhu Berry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Welcome to the chat. So glad to have you here. Lion King from Senegal methodology. Interesting. So there's like some, pardon me, I'm sorry. So there's some like mythology and methodology, as you say, involved in Lion King. That's really dope. I went to go see the Lion King play when it came to Philly. Actually, my wife took me. It was one of the best presents my wife ever gave me. It was such a great experience. It was a birthday gift. She took me. We went kayaking earlier in the day, and then we went to the Lion King play. It's the best birthday ever.
Man, she did all of that, and you didn't even get her a ticket. Keep going.
Yeah,
Let's just get boy, man. Let's.
She gonna be there. The good thing, T, is at least you expose them good movies at a young age. Yep, 100%. Sure. And yay, Spoiler Kings, absolutely. So let's get to our last. Is this our last topic? I think it is. Let's get to our last topic. Oh no, we got 2 more. So you know what I'll do? Because actually, yeah, you know what? So I'll do topic number 1, and then we'll finish off with the final one. Topic number 1 shouldn't take too long. This one you're not. No, this one you are aware. My bad. So let's do this. I have my own drum for this. It's called. So in other news outside of our Marvel, DC, and Star Wars, we have a industry news item. We have an industry news item coming out of Sing Sing, which is a movie that's coming out relatively soon about prisoners that I actually don't know what the movie's about. Like specifically, I do know I do know that the movie takes place in a jail. It stars Coleman Domingo, who, according to TJ, who actually saw the movie, says he's excellent in the film. But one of the more interesting stories that come out of this is their production and how people have been compensated. So coming right out of Hollywood Reporter, Sing Sing equal pay. Greg Quider and Clint Bentley are launching a new campaign. I can't talk today. Greg Quider and Clint Bentley are launching a new company with here we go. You guys ready? Greg Quider and Clint Bentley are launching a new company with the hopes of making independent filmmaking more sustainable. Part of their pitch, paying everyone on set, from the PAs to the star, the same wage and giving all equity. The duo have directed, written, and produced 2 films, Sing Sing, out this weekend via A24, and 2021's Jockey, using a model that sees everyone who works on the film, from the PAs to the director to the star at the top of the call sheet, paid the same wage. Additionally, everyone involved in the production above and below the line received equity. Now they are starting a company, Ethos, with the goal of using their model to help other independent filmmakers do the same. So this comes out of the Hollywood Reporter, and I think that is just a really interesting story about how we are paying our actors and how we're paying our PAs and everybody in between, and the idea of paying them the same wage. And some of the things that I find really interesting about this is the stars specifically who would agree to take this equal pay, because they all have their own rates, right?
Yes,
correct. I'm wondering, like, how sustainable is this? And I'm hoping that it is sustainable, because in my opinion, having everyone paid the same wage kind of gives the opportunity for people to feel treated equally, and for people on set to kind of treat each other equally. I do have a little bit more. Well, actually, matter of fact, what do you think about that so far?
So reading that, um, I think that for the crew,
Hmm.
this is a win, right?
Yeah.
But the question you just posed is like one of the biggest questions that I have is one, like who are the stars that are going to agree to this, right? So we have all these stars who come out there and they do all of these public service announcements and they say all of the right things on camera, but behind the scenes, like you have Dwayne the Rock Johnson, right? He says all of these things that are so politically correct on camera, right? Oh,
All
we
the
should
time.
all of the, we have the fall guy where it was about the stunt man, right? But like,
Hmm.
are they willing? Like, is Emily Blunt, Ryan Gosling, all of these superstars, like in their in their own rights, right?
Right.
Superstars, are they willing to take that pay cut to get paid the exact same amount as the key grip, right? Like,
Yeah.
so it sounds good. It sounds like a wonderful idea, and you will
Hmm.
like a lot of independent star. Like, I feel like Florence Pugh will be one of the actresses who like I'm down to do this because she's
She seems
just
like the type of person to do that. Yeah.
the most awesome actress on the planet to me.
Right. Okay.
But like,
Yeah.
but it just I don't know. And maybe they're not looking for those big stars. Like A24 and those type companies don't really have huge stars. Like,
Hmm.
you might get a Dave Bautista in one of the movies because he's trying to like show his range.
Right.
Or you might get one of those bigger stars who's really trying to do something smaller to kind of gain another audience.
Hmm.
So it's really tough to gauge it. It's a great idea to me, like the common average moviegoer,
Right.
because I feel like everybody should not necessarily get paid equal. I really don't think that the guy who holds the light should get paid as much as the director of the movie. That's just
Hmm.
my personal belief.
Yeah.
That's like
It's
saying that,
definitely going to be some of those ideologies that are going to come up. That are going to be like, hey, I directed this entire thing. So
yeah,
that'll be interesting. But let
the
me read
editor.
on a little bit just to see if we can get some more details. So while there are numerous ways to get a film made independently, the prevailing wisdom when financing an indie feature is to attach an A-list star. The star is likely taking a pay cut from their regular fee, but nonetheless gets paid far more than the rest of the cast and crew because their name is used to attract financiers. And further down says then they ask a question. These are the directors. What if everyone was paid the same livable wage? The answer: everyone who works on Jockey was paid the SAG daily or weekly rate as determined by the film's budget. This payment structure meant that PAs and other below the line positions were ensured a livable wage. It also meant that more veteran talent and top billed actors will be taking a pay cut, even more than is typical for working on an indie. As of July of this year, the current SAG daily rate for low budget film costing between 300,000 and 700,000 is 421 for films with budget of 2 million. The rate is 783. Let me actually remove this banner real quick just to yeah, 783. So that is an interesting part of this. And I agree. I do feel like if I'm the star, my name is attached. I'm kind of the reason why people are coming out to see this film. Do I deserve to get paid more? There's a good argument for that. But I think that this does, I think the thing I like hearing here is people being paid a livable wage. That I think should be happening across the board, no matter how much a star gets paid or the director gets paid. I feel like everybody should be able to at least pay their bills, buy groceries, and do the things that they need to do, especially when they're spending literally 16 hours on these sets, right? So yeah, that's about it for the story. I thought it was really interesting. Just wanted to talk a little bit about it.
I would love to see where this goes. Like, I would love to keep track of the Ethos Company and see what
Hmm.
they produce and how one it affects the work rate. And I would
Yeah.
just love to hear from some of those people who work on some of those sets. And does it make the set better? Does it make like what now, granted, getting paid more money always is dope. Like get paid. Like that. That's my thought process. Everybody should get paid what they're worth. But I just would love to see how this works itself out. Like who the actors are, who the director is, because that's another thing. Like, I mean, some people can't afford to take that pay cut because of their extravagant lifestyle. Right?
Yeah.
So it sounds really good.
Sounds good. Yeah.
But I would love to see it actually be an actor. I've never heard of this movie Jockey. I would love to see what the budget is for this movie. I would love to see, I would love to get into the ins and outs. And Sing Sing is a movie about, I guess, prisoners who are they get into acting. So they're actually putting on the production inside the jail, which is kind of a very actors type movie. So all of those people get in the same ways. That's a cool idea for a very small indie film. But I would just love to see how this works itself out in the future. And I mean, I don't see big studios doing this because people want to make money, man. Like the producers don't care about none of that. They just trying to get paid.
Right. Which is why I think it's very much pointed towards the independent scene, because I'm not sure that your Disneys, your Warner Brothers, your Paramounts are going to be able to do that, because just the precedent that's been set, like I get paid at this rate, you're going to pay me this rate. A24, even A24 might not be able to get away with it, because at this point, A24 is a prestige brand, even if they don't make as much as those other companies. So it'll be interesting to see. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that this equal pay initiative is going to work out for the company called Ethos? And do you think that everyone on set should be paid equally, or at least a livable wage? Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys next time. So yeah, we have a few comments left here, and after that, we're going to go into the final thing, which should not take long at all. I think that you'll really like this particular topic that we're going to get into last. But yeah, I want to say what's up again to 80s Kid. Lion King with humans? No, I'm so glad I stopped watching that cartoon and didn't even watch every episode. But yeah, I think that's even the first episode of the TV series where they kind of meet up with some humans. It's not bad. But yeah, it's not my Star Wars, not my Lion King. Yo, Jason Entertainment, what's up, dude? Good to see you.
Up,
good to hear from you, man. Hey guys, how's it going tonight? It's going well, man. Good to see you. Oh, Jason, you're one of the people who I would love to have on for one of these episodes. I'll hit you up on the Instagrams or in the Discord. So yeah, absolutely. And 80s Kid says, I love that sound. What app did you use to get it from? I used CapCut to get that sound. The sound of the intro. Yeah, I got the CapCut. And did you say Miss Pugh? And
love Florence Pugh, man. She's such a phenomenal actress, man. I really enjoy her work.
Yeah, she's been dope in everything I've seen her in. Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna take a drink of this water and then we'll get into the last segment. So, for this final segment, this is a brand new segment to the Kenny Sparks Wednesday live stream show, the Kenny Sparks Hangout. And I'm really excited to talk about it because I actually thought about it while I was preparing for this. I was like, oh, that sounds like a fun idea, and I just decided to do it. So let me intro it, and we'll get right into it. All right. So I did make an intro for it, and here we go. So in theaters today, yesterday, is my new segment where I talk about movies that came out on this particular date, the date of the stream throughout history. So July 17th, every movie that I'm about to talk about came out on July 17th. So let's talk about the first set of movies. On July 17th, in theaters today, yesterday, we have RoboCop, we have Multiplicity, and we have The Mask of Zorro. All three of these movies came out on July 17th many years ago. Are you familiar with? I know that you're familiar with most of these movies. What do you think about this first set RoboCop, Multiplicity, The Mask of Zorro. What are your thoughts on those?
3 classic great movies. So RoboCop, I remember one of my friend's dads wanted to take us to see RoboCop in the theater. And this is back before Times Square was cleaned up. Like Times Square used to be it looked like a scene from RoboCop. Like it was super dirty. It was like all of these triple X shops and like peep shows and stuff like that down Times Square. And we were down there and it was late and it was kind of scary. But we did get to see RoboCop in this very seedy movie theater. Like New York City was not safe back in the late 80s. But we did go see RoboCop. Great movie, classic movie. The whole gun twirling thing. And what was his classic? I can't think of it. I can't think of like RoboCop.
It was
I'll buy that for $1. That was one of
I'll buy that for $1.
Like, oh man, but like
Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me.
Exactly. Like what a great movie.
Very
very niche type movie. Like they tried to reboot it, did not work.
Not at all.
Definitely was.
That was a Joel Kinnaman one. Yeah, that
and Joel Kinnaman was great. Like I thought he was solid in the movie. It just wasn't RoboCop. It's not my RoboCop. It's not my RoboCop.
Yeah.
Then we got Multiplicity.
Multiplicity, man. I know I've seen this once or twice.
What Michael Keaton does in this movie, playing all of the clones. Because Michael Keaton has had so many different careers, right? He had the early 80s career where he was just a funny guy, Mr. Mom, Gun Ho, all of these classic 80s comedies. Then he kind of went away. Then he came back with Batman. And then he kind of disappeared after Batman Returns. Then he comes out with Multiplicity and shows the world he's still funny.
Yeah.
And such a funny, underrated movie. A lot of people have not seen Multiplicity. If you haven't, go watch this movie.
Go check out Multiplicity.
Such a great classic comedy about a man who just gets tired of, he's a workaholic, but he's doing too much. He doesn't have enough time to spend with his family, do his work, play golf. So he clones himself and he makes all of these different clones, and then he gets jealous because one of the clones is sleeping with his wife, and then like there's one clone who is not a smart man as the Forrest Gump would say. Like it such a underrated funny movie. This movie made a lot of money in the movie theater, but it kind of got forgotten over the years. Like it's not one of those instant classics where you just think, I want to watch a funny movie, let's watch Multiplicity, but you should.
This one is prime for a remake. Like this is one of those ones I'm like, if you're digging into the remake bag, this one is one that you pluck out for sure.
You need the right actor, because like
you do.
Michael Keaton was perfect because he could do so much. He has so much range. He could be serious, he could be funny, he could be juvenile, he could be like he has action chops too. Like so he has so many different zones he can go into. And then you got Mask of Zorro.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies you had to be there. Like Antonio Banderas is at the height of his fame. I was thinking about this when you guys were talking about, I mentioned the movie was a classic. Twisters was a classic, right? And I was like, oh, like certain times where you just had to be there. Nick Cage in the 90s. You can't like saying it now sounds like a joke. Like Nick Cage was the biggest action star, but if you really were there, Antonio Banderas, Desperado, he was such a bankable movie star, and Mask of Zorro was amazing. Like it is a great action movie. It's a great revenge story. Catherine Zeta-Jones, bless her, like
bless her heart.
Just great story, kind of Count of Monte Cristo type deal with and just Antonio Banderas just carried the movie. Like he was just
absolutely
movie. Sir Anthony Hopkins, phenomenal in this movie. It just 3 great movies. Like Great segment, by the way. I really enjoyed this segment because then you get the old man to talk about movies that a lot, and those three movies really are three
Yeah.
great movies, not one bad one out of the three.
Now we do have three more. They might not carry as much weight. These are all these three are more recent, and they also came out on July 17th. We have 500 Days of Summer. We have Trainwreck and Ant-Man. And weirdly enough, when I did research for this particular day, it was hard to find movies that came out on July 17th. But these three definitely came up. We also had a movie called Turbo, which is about a snail that went really fast. I was like, I don't know if I want to put that. I haven't even seen it.
I'm not seeing that. I know about it, but
yeah. So yeah, you have 500 Days of Summer, which is one of the better. I don't even know if we want to call it a rom com. It's just it's a slice of life movie about two people who are in a relationship, and they're in a relationship for a time, and then they try to like work their way back, and it's just a very difficult time. I don't know. Have you seen that one?
I've definitely seen this. This one of them underrated. I
Yeah.
do consider this a rom com. I'm a huge rom com fan.
Mhm.
That movie, if you are going through something somewhat similar, holds
Yeah.
a special place in your heart. And when
Agreed.
that movie, first time I didn't see it in the theater,
I
because
didn't either.
I
Years
just
after I
found
came.
it.
Yeah.
Someone recommended it to me, and
Mhm.
I was like, holy, I've been there. I've been
Yeah.
that dude because you kind of go through things with like what I can't remember the saying, but like you see things a certain way, but they're really
Right.
not that way. Like he saw that everything's perfect, but then you kind of go back and you see like everything wasn't perfect. Like she was really
Right.
telling you the entire time that it's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this is
Rose-colored
not
glasses on
cool.
the
Yeah,
whole time.
rose-colored glasses. There you go.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that this movie is a perfect, and I mean it's great. It's a
It
great
is
movie.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Great movie. If you haven't watched it, you should
I
definitely.
would definitely say watch 500 Days of Summer. I'll also say I've never actually seen Trainwreck. I know it's a notable movie that a lot of people have. I don't know if a lot of people like. I know a lot of people have experiences with it. I just never seen it. It does have that famous scene with LeBron James where he doesn't want to pay for lunch, which is
Yes.
hilarious. I have seen that clip and it's really funny, but I haven't seen the full movie.
So I did go see that in the theater.
Mhm.
LeBron James actually kills this movie. Like he is the funniest part of the whole movie, and that's insane to say.
Yeah.
Every scene that he's in steals the scene because
Hmm.
he's just LeBron James being LeBron James. I'm not a big Amy Schumer fan, but
No,
she
neither
was
am I.
serviceable in this movie. Bill Hader
Yeah.
was serviceable in this movie. Not the
Hmm.
greatest rom-com, but it's not the worst rom-com either.
Yeah.
So
Eventually, I have to knock it off my bucket list at some point because it feels like one of those movies that you should probably see just to say that you saw it. Yeah.
yeah, watch it for
And
LeBron James.
yeah, and finally we have Ant Man. Ant Man came out on July. Ant Man came out on the same day as Trainwreck on July 17th of 2015. Ant Man is a movie I was pleasantly surprised by. I was nervous because it's Ant Man, right?
It's Ant-Man.
Who's
Yeah.
like, hey, Ant Man, I'm so excited. But the trailers were actually good, and I was actually really excited. And of it was coming right off of Avengers Age of Ultron. No, I'm sorry, I'm about to say Infinity War. It was coming right off of Avengers Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Like this was a follow up to those three. This ended phase two. So I was surprised that it actually ended phase two with a pretty good movie because I did not expect Ant Man. I didn't know what to expect from Ant Man, especially when it was in like production hell with like Edgar Wright and all that other stuff. I didn't know what to think, but it turned out to be pretty good.
The disappointing thing about Ant-Man was they didn't do that in part two, right? Like the whole
Yeah.
style. Michael Pena is the MVP of Ant-Man. Like
Yes, he
every scene
is.
that Michael Pena's in, I love him as an actor. He is one of my favorites. Observe and Report, one of the most
Hmm.
underrated movies, one of his most underrated movies ever. But like every scene that he was in, he stole it. Like he's so funny. Every scene where you tell a story, like I love that. Like, that's what endeared this movie to me because it wasn't just a superhero movie. It was a comedy, had little elements of romance. It had Michael Douglas in it. Um, very pleasantly surprised because, and that's when I thought Marvel could do no wrong. I think that was like a gift and a curse because it was like it took these obscure characters. Right now, we're getting into now we got Fantastic Four. We got the traditional powerhouses, right? But like phase 1, 2, they were taking these obscure characters. Ant-Man, I promise you, nobody ever thought that this movie would, one, get made, and two, be successful and be good. And they were just taking these smaller characters, the arc with him and his daughter, the mom and the stepdad, like I think Barney Carnival, I think that's his name. As a stepdad, hilarious scenes, just very fun, pure Evangeline
Lilly. Yeah.
Fantastic. Like I love her from like, so I enjoyed this movie so much, way more than I enjoyed Trainwreck. But like, just a really fun movie, and that's kind of like, I really thought Marvel could do no wrong after they made Ant-Man successful, because that's not a character that should have a successful multi-million-dollar, budget, quadrupled his budget, like within a few weeks. Like, that movie made a boatload.
It made good money. Yeah.
So definitely punched above his wage class and just killed it.
Yeah. So that's our segment for In Theaters Today, yesterday. So let me know what you guys think about this segment. Do you think I should keep it? Do you like the movies that we talked about here? And I'll talk to you guys next time. So that's also the end of our stream. Thank you for everyone who came out today. I might move this to the beginning of the stream just to like have it be our icebreaker and have us have that conversation. But things are a work in progress always with these streams. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Let me answer these last few comments and then we will head out. Pardon me. That definitely means I need to head out. That was a great Michael Keaton movie, is what 80s Kid says. Yeah, I agree.
It was.
Yeah. And the pizza restaurant scene at the end was hilarious. That's a movie I watched with my dad years ago. That's awesome, man, that you shared that memory with your dad. I need to see it again because I haven't seen it since I seen it, which was probably in the 90s for sure.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Mel says, man, literally did a Naruto Shadow Clone.
Man, such an interesting concept. It was executed so well.
Yeah, it was great, man. Bye. Hey, see you, 80s Kid. Have a good night, buddy. And Collective Movie Man says, hello, everyone. Hello, Collective Movie Man. We are heading out, but thank you so much for stopping by again. And Melanie, my dear wife, says, keep it. That's all I needed to hear. Is support from Mel. And so with that said, with the support from my wife and being joined by T, who did an amazing job. Thank you so much for helping me today. Let me single you out so you can talk about what you have upcoming on your channel, and we will head out of here. And I will see what that button is right here.
All right. My name is Have You Seen That with T. You can catch me at the Have You Seen That with T YouTube channel. Also, I have Letterboxd, Have You Seen That, where I do some movie reviews and kind of dump on movies. I really wish we would have talked about Divorce in the Black, because that is such a terrible movie. And I'll say that another day. Boy, I might do a rant on that. But I will be dropping my Twisters review this weekend. I'm going to see that tomorrow night. And then we got next week, we got Deadpool and Wolverine. This weekend, I'll be doing Zach Milne's members chat where we'll be talking about Logan. Then next week with the Ace Avenue, we'll be going through, the Deadpool and Wolverine spoiler review. And I'm really excited. The summer, this is really going to not kickstart the summer, but kind of like crescendo. I don't think it's going to get any bigger or better than Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm really excited. So definitely check out my review next week.
Awesome, man. Thank you again so much for stopping by. When you do your rant on Divorce in the Black, because me and Melanie will watch that together, I gotta be honest with you. I liked it. I didn't hate it as much as I hated his other one. What like the one that came out earlier this year was
Mia culpa.
That was horrible. That was god awful. Oh my god.
I put them like they're like neck and neck.
Really?
They're both.
No, I feel like so much more crazier stuff happened in Mia Culpa. That was just like, why are you having sex in paint and then driving off on a motorcycle and just doing the U-turn and coming back to do what? To do what?
So before we end the stream,
Yeah.
you think that's crazy, but the fact that a woman tells her sons to pick up a dead body out of the coffin,
go.
bro. 2 minutes into the movie hadn't even been on for 5 minutes, and they went straight into that. Like,
like it was crazy.
What is happening right now? I was sitting there, I was watching on my tablet, and my kids were like, I'm just sitting, my eyes just go. I was like, what is happening right now?
Yo, when she picked up them bodies,
get my son. No, I want him out of the coffin. I was like, what is happening? Is this really happening? They picked up
because all the sons were all confused. They were all like, what? Why?
Yes,
body out? And then, when she started undressing in the church, when she started taking off all of her church garments, and then she said, oh yeah, and she apparently borrowed it from the pastor's wife. I'm like, those people are not the same size.
Not even close. Like, not even close. Like, what is happening right now?
Yeah. That movie. All right, I'm a little. You convinced me a little bit, but after that scene, though, I thought the movie was really solid. Like after that opening scene, I thought the movie was really solid. But before that scene, that opening scene, I would not be surprised if a lot of people turned it off after that.
Exactly. Like you are doing somebody's funeral and he's running the dude down. He's running the fellow. I was like, at first I thought it was just, I didn't see the casket at first. I was like, man, is he doing a sermon on this? Because everybody's looking at each other weird. And I was like, oh snap, this is a funeral. Why is he saying these things about this dude that just died? Like he's running he's going to hell. I was like, what?
Woo!
A man of the Lord? Like just literally condemning a person who's, bro.
You know what's funny? So I was like, at first I felt the same way as you did. But then when he said that the homeboy that was in the casket, like he tried to rob the lady at the church and she shot him. I was like, I
get it. I mean, you don't say that at his funeral. Like you keep it light at their funeral.
She was a member of the congregation, and you tried to rob her, and then that same church that you tried to commit that crime against one of the church mothers in offered to bury you, and gave you the suit and gave the family. I was like, I kind of get it. At the same time,
that it was,
you know what I mean?
Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Mel says he should have spoke to the family privately and offered a helping hand to the family, or at least pointed them in the right direction, of some good resources.
Like he didn't even like them. Like why? Like it's Tyler Perry writing. But we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this on a positive note. I don't want to be toxic tea. I don't want to be toxic tea.
No, not toxic. You definitely don't want to be known as toxic tea.
Toxic
yep. So with 2 minutes ago, we reached our 2-hour mark. Thank y'all so much for coming out. Thank you so much, Mel, for being a part of the stream. You brought a light to the stream, just like you bring a light everywhere you go. Thank you so much, T, for being here, and we will talk to you guys next time. There's two
waiting.